Hey everyone, good afternoon. I wanted to go over 5 questions that I usually get quite a lot from people that they're looking for advice or just suggestions on how to make their dropshipping business better and successful. And so I thought I would take this opportunity just to create a short little raw video to cover these questions and hopefully will clear up some of the confusion. So number one, I only have 150 listings. Why am I not getting any sales? Because you have 150 fucking listings, that's why. Okay, I won't be mean, but it takes time to grow a store, rank, and everything else. Just to give you an analogy, for example, Walmart. If you were to walk in Walmart and you looked around and you saw 150 items on the shelves, how many sales do you think Walmart would do a day with that? So try to extrapolate that with your store, which is a no-name store, low or very little feedback and not that many items. How many sales would you do with that? So it's kind of the same idea. And I'm not saying this to discourage you at all. Actually, I'm saying hoping that it will motivate you to start listing more. So please have patience. Have patience and understand the system works, and just take the time with it. Enjoy the journey and enjoy building a business. It takes time. So number two, I want to know how you list 2,000 items manually without, for example, Hydra lister. Tell me the secret. I fucking work. There's no secret for hard work and hustle. When I started this last year, I didn't have a way to pay my bills and take care of my son. So I had to list, I set up for myself to list about 20 to 50 items a day, realistically speaking, because I still had to take care of a child and everything else in my life. So for me, because I was doing everything organic, one by one, and I still do, for me, 20 to 50 items a day, every day, was realistic number. And I've done it consistently every day. So I did that for 6 months on my own. And then after 6 months, I hired my first virtual assistant to help me grow the store. But to give you, I guess, a rough idea, for the first 6 months, I did 500 items a month by myself. And now with my team, we do a little bit more. So please understand there's no secret sauce, okay? It's just hard work. You have to be consistent at it. It's kind of like working out, you have to give it every day, and then it will take some time to see any changes within your body. It doesn't happen right away. So kind of the same idea. You have to have patience. Number three, I have over 1,000 items and I'm still not making good money. Okay, so what's good money to you? How much money do you want to make? 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000? And why? Why do you want to make this money? Okay, do you want to make it because you want to have bragging rights, on social media? Or do you just want to make it because you want to make money? Because I'll tell you, if that's the case, you're going to fail. Okay, you have to have a why, Do you need money maybe for a vacation? Or maybe you're trying to save for a car or a down payment for a house, or maybe you want to put your child through university, or I don't know, you want to buy something expensive that you cannot afford with your full-time job. Or maybe you want to quit your full-time job and do this as a full-time, as your own, be your own boss. But being your own boss doesn't mean you sit on your ass and drink margaritas and not do anything. As a matter of fact, I work more now that I work for myself than working for anybody, for that matter. It's kind of, I try to think of it as a baby, right? It takes time for your baby to be self-sufficient. So for the first couple of years, the 3 years, you really need to give your all. You have to work very hard to get results. And at times you want to give up because it's just so much work for little money. So you really have to look for a reason that's beyond the money, because that's going to carry you forward. That's going to be your motivation. That's going to be your why. So, why do you want to do this? And also another important thing, there's definitely way more drop shippers now than there was before, I think. And there's definitely more competition for your store to be successful and seen. So you have to think outside the box. What else can you do to promote your store? Maybe run some marketing promotions from within your eBay store. So there's a practical advice. If you go to your seller hub on eBay, you can see there's a tab there with marketing promotions. And so you can set that up so you can give your store a little bit more exposure. So what I mean by that is you can set up, for example, right now, being the new year at all, people may want to lose weight. So maybe you want to set up a promotion selling your items, offering maybe $10 off for somebody that purchases 3 items from your store. Or maybe, there's different kinds of other promotions that you can play around with and have fun. Maybe you want to give exposure to some of the high-selling items and you want to sell them more. Or maybe you want to give exposure to items that they don't sell. So play around with the promotion. It's actually quite a lot of fun. And you don't have to do a lot of research. Just set up the promotion and see how it goes and learn from there, from the results that you get. So try to think outside the box and try to see what you can do to separate yourself besides the competition. So that's something that you want to keep in mind. Number 4, I thought drop shipping is a passive income. Why do I have to work so hard? Because drop shipping is not a passive income type work. No matter what others tell you, no matter what others say, hey, look at me, I've done this and now it's automatic and I don't have to do anything anymore. It's not. This is not the business. So if you're looking for automation, maybe you should look into affiliate marketing. Because this is not a set it and forget it. This is an actual business. You have to list. You have to grow your store. You have to place your orders. You have to follow up. Maybe there's problems with the orders, lost packages. You have to definitely take care of your customers. Maybe they want to return the item. If you're growing, maybe you need help. You need to hire somebody. You have to search for that person. You have to interview that person. Hire the person, train the person, motivate them to work for you. And that's very important because if you, let's say, have a full-time job and you work for somebody, after a while, if you feel that that company doesn't have your best interest, for sure you're going to slack off. For sure you're going to take 2-hour lunches and you're really just not going to give a shit. So it's kind of the same idea. Now you're on the reverse, right? There was a video that I watched. I'm going to put it below. It's kind of long, actually. But if you have 2 hours, you can watch it, by Gary Vee. And he said, there's a big difference between signing the check on the back and signing it on the front. So it's kind of the same idea. Once you get to the stage when you manage somebody, there's a lot more responsibility because you're not really responsible just for yourself, but for others too, people that work for you. So you want to have them in your corner by being in their corner. So maybe you want to help them, progress within their job, want to teach them customer service. Maybe they want to learn new skills. Maybe you want to buy an online course for them, for their hard-working job that they do for you, and let them learn Photoshop or whatever they're interested in and pay for it. They'll be very grateful and they'll work double as hard. I promise you, okay? And in terms of your dropshipping business, I wanted to sort of have a segue to it. There's more to dropshipping than just listing, okay? As a matter of fact, the most important aspect of your business is your customer, okay? So number 5. Customer, and I beat this to death and I'm going to continue beating this to death. It's so important. Why do you talk so much about feedback if it doesn't affect your DSR score? Well, because your feedback says a lot about how you treat your customers and it says a lot about who you are as a person, but most importantly, the type of face your business has in front of your client or your customer. So when you buy online, do you prefer to shop from a company that's got a great reputation, or do you just shop because you want to shop? For example, another practical example is, when you do drop shipping and you source from Amazon, for example, as a backup, do you shop from Amazon Prime, or do you shop from, let's say, a third-party seller, with feedback of 86%? So it's kind of the same idea, right? Customers don't want to take a risk, when they're purchasing something. They're actually very picky. Don't underestimate the intelligence of a customer, because you are one too at times. So you have to hold on to your reputation and feedback like air. And if you want to take care of your customer, your business will take care of you. It's that cyclical and that simple, but that complicated, because it can get complicated when you want to prove your customer that they're wrong, on a specific thing. But at the end of the day, if they're the ones that send you money, then you want to make sure that they're taken care of, because they could have shopped from another dropshipper. So So think about that. Think about your customer and think about the fact that they're funding your future in your business and your car payments. So before you jump in and try to prove them wrong, remember that they're helping you get to where you need to be. So everybody needs to work together, so we can all have a win-win situation at the end. So lastly, I offer coaching and mentoring programs, and I will post a link below, if you're interested. But if you are going to ask me to coach you on this, or you have similar questions about it, I will tell you for free, as I did here in this video, you don't need coaching, okay? You don't. You believe in yourself, first of all. But second of all, you need to work hard and stop looking for fucking excuses, okay? It's just that simple. Why this doesn't work, or why the system is saturated, or, maybe there's so many other drop shippers out there, this is not going to work. It works. If you put in the work, it works. Trust me, okay? If I can do it, anybody can. So there's no secret sauce other than hard work, a little bit of your intuition, and trusting yourself, and consistency. You have to do this every single day. Very important. So these are some of most of the issues that people reach out to me and ask me questions. So please set your why, which carries you through the mundane days of listing, and set your daily goals of listing. You need to have that number, stare at that number every single day. You have to reach it, and you can make it happen. Just remember that. Love y'all. Be consistent. Okay.